Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to Week in Nintendo. Every Saturday I like to go back through the past week's biggest headlines so you can get yourself all caught up on all things Nintendo. If you're new here and you like these weekly news rundowns, as well as the occasional game or accessory review, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on everything happening with the channel. And with all that out of the way, let's go through this week's Nintendo news. On Sunday, we witnessed one of the largest leaks in Nintendo history, maybe even in video game history. And while this leak didn't pertain to unannounced games currently under development for the Switch or anything like that, it was a rare look behind the scenes for a company that has become notorious for its secretive nature. Again, this is a massive leak and one that we'll probably be talking about for quite some time. I won't link anything here, but you can definitely find it if you look for it over on 4chan and want to dig into some of it yourself. Apparently the leak comes from a server hack of a company named BroadOn, who Nintendo had hired for developing Wii hardware and software. And along with leaking the entire source code of the Wii, we now apparently also have the source code of the GameCube and the Nintendo 64. The leak also contained an official Game Boy emulator, unreleased Pokemon builds, and demos from Space World 99. People have uncovered everything from why Nintendo decided to go with friend codes during the Wii era to an internal demo used to test the Nintendo 64 console. And while some might think this leak isn't a huge deal because it doesn't contain anything new, trust me, it's a big deal for Nintendo. What this will all amount to, we'll just have to wait and see. This could certainly help improve emulators of legacy Nintendo consoles, but programmers would still need to be careful not to use proprietary code, as that would obviously still be illegal, but having this under the hood look at everything could definitely help improve code or make it more efficient. So let me know down in the comments if you were able to check out this leak for yourself and what you found the most interesting. Personally, I would love to see playable versions of those Space World 99 demos released. Monday, in what you might think is related news but seems not to be, a fan-made PC port of Super Mario 64 was released. This seems to be based off of the ongoing decompiling project of Super Mario 64 that's been going on this past year, using the original source code. The PC port gives the iconic game a substantial upgrade in performance and enables native 4K and ultra widescreen support. Support for modern controllers like the Xbox One controller is also included. And I'd love to try this one out for myself, but unfortunately I'm on a Mac and couldn't get my virtual machine to run it, so you'll have to let me know if you were able to try this one out for yourself. Fast forward to the end of the week, and Nintendo is apparently pursuing legal action against the creators of the port, to pretty much no one's surprise. Also on Monday, which was Star Wars Day, we got the announcement for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, which will be coming to all consoles. LEGO's ode to the Skywalker story will reportedly be releasing in October of this year, and we learned that Yaddle will be a playable character and that the developers are aiming for the Skywalker Saga to be a landmark game in the series. On Tuesday, during a conference call with investors, EA announced that several titles will be coming to the Switch this year. EA's support of the Switch up until this point has been lackluster at best, and even FIFA fans are just getting reskinned versions of legacy titles with severely nerfed feature sets compared to the other console versions. So I guess it's better late than never here, but it does seem like the Switch has just gotten too popular for EA to ignore for whatever reason they have been up until this point. Tuesday, we also saw an incredible fan-made Nintendo Direct style trailer from YouTube channel Nick Ha for Animal Crossing quality of life improvements. The trailer is so well done, you could almost confuse it for the real deal, aside from a few subtle and hilarious cues that tell you otherwise. I'll leave a link down in the description if you'd like to check it out for yourself, but I will warn you, if you've been happy with your time spent playing New Horizons, I'd almost recommend against watching. There are some issues addressed in the trailer that you maybe haven't even noticed yet, but I promise after watching you'll say, that is really annoying, or they really should change that. But if you can handle it, give it a watch. There's some changes here that seem like easy adjustments or drastic improvements. So hopefully Nintendo sees this trailer. I actually wouldn't be surprised if this Nick guy landed himself a job at Nintendo for his work here. Super impressive. Early Thursday morning, we got all sorts of information from Nintendo's financial results briefing, which was for the most part nothing but positive news for investors. The Switch has now sold 55.7 million units, outselling the GameCube and Nintendo 64 combined. Animal Crossing New Horizons sold over 11.77 million units in just 11 days, and Super Mario Odyssey and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild are tied for sales with 17.41 million units sold each. The only negative thing reported here is that there could still be further production and development delays given the uncertainty of our current situation. But Nintendo, at least for now, believes they'll still be able to achieve their deadlines. Nintendo's president Shuntaro Furukawa went further by saying there will still be Switch titles released this year that have yet to be announced. So let's certainly hope this all stays on track. On Friday, we got the launch trailer for the bizarre and creative mashup game SuperMash that we first saw revealed during December 2019's Indie World Showcase. In the game, your sister's game shop isn't doing well and she needs your help to save it. You do this by creating games by mashing up two different game genres such as JRPG, shoot 'em up, platformer, or stealth, and then you can play through these unexpected and unique results and then share your creations with your friends. It's a really creative premise for a game, and I'm looking forward to diving into it this weekend. SuperMash is available digitally from the Nintendo eShop for $19.99. And that does it for this week's Nintendo news. Kind of a weird mix of topics this week, but it was definitely a busy one, which is always nice. And I highly recommend checking out some of those leaks if you haven't yet. Really interesting stuff, kind of digging into the mystery and lore of Nintendo. And if you stuck around through all that and like what you saw, please consider liking and subscribing. And until next week, have a great weekend, play some video games. Any tips on cutting your hair from home, I'm all ears, and I'll see you next time.